Good morning everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Saturday the 21st of January 2023 and today, unfortunately but perhaps unsurprisingly, Gateshead versus Dorking Wanderers has been beaten by the weather, and in hindsight I think we did do the right thing in calling the game off early on yesterday. When you look at it, the amount of games that are dropping like flies this morning, but all's not lost, and I do have an alternative, and it is a massive game at the top of the National League North table. It is Scarborough Athletic versus AFC Fylde. It is second versus fifth. It is Yorkshire versus Lancashire. It is East Coast versus West Coast. So really looking forward to this one. Let's get into this. Let's head on down to Scarborough. So here I'm in Scarborough, and for all that bus ride is lovely and scenic, it doesn't half swing you about a bit. Honestly, I feel like I've been to Thorpe Park for the day, something like that. But anyway, going into this afternoon's game, Fylde currently find themselves in second place in the National League North table, as I of course mentioned earlier, and there's a bit of a danger really that, given that the amount of games in hand they and Kings Lynn have, that they could really start to pull away from the rest of the chasing pack. It's down to teams like Scarborough in games like this to make sure that that doesn't happen. And of course Scarborough are currently in fifth place in the National League North table. Obviously in pre-season I had a lot of people predicting that they would get relegated, and I had a look, like I saw loads and loads of those predictions for Scarborough to get relegated, and I thought to myself, talking out their arses, but even then I didn't actually think that they'd do this well this year. They've been a great addition to this league. I thought they'd maybe be maybe quite comfortable, like 13, 14 in mid-table, but they've certainly exceeded expectations, and a lot of credit has to go to Jonathan Green, and who's the job he's done's been nothing short of remarkable really. I think in terms of where Scarborough are as a club just now, in terms of infrastructure and maybe in finance as well, I think if they were to go up this year, like my main worry for them is that it would be a bit too much of a jump too soon. I think they maybe need a couple of years or so sort of in this league to just to sort of get themselves ready for that jump before they actually do it, because I can sort of tell you from experience this year that the jump between the National North and the National South into the National League is absolutely massive these days. I'd probably say it's even bigger than what it is if you're going from the National League into League 2. So Scarborough just got to be be patient, just make sure to keep going about things the right way, and that's what I have been doing. Like, you've got to really respect the model of go with. Like, they've not tried to buy their way up any leagues, not tried to rush their way out. So it's good times ahead for Scarborough, I think, and looking forward to this afternoon. Been meaning to get down here this season for a while, and so maybe in a way the Gateshead game being called off's done me a bit of a favour. So let's head on down to the Flamingo Land Stadium and find out how it all unfolds. So of course, while we're on the subject of promotions, the old Scarborough FC were of course the first team to earn promotion out of non-league into the Football League, and that was back in 1987 I believe, and there's a picture of it there. And of course managed by a certain Mr. Neil Warnock. Wonder what ever happened to him. So, Fylde are now out to warm up. Looks as though they're going to be in their all-white home kit this afternoon. Still waiting on Scarborough, although the heavy assumption is they're going to be in their red home kit, as it is, of course, their home game. And now Scarborough out to warm up, and as I correctly and expertly predicted, they are going to be in their red home kit.
He'll be.
What a goal! Lewis Maloney again. So open. Far too easy. Totally ghosted in there.
Shut up! Get up!
Half-time, Scarborough Athletic 1, AFC Fylde 1. It's a cracking game of football. I'd say, on the balance of it, I think the scoreline at half-time probably is fair, really. I think there's not really been a great deal in it. Obviously, Scarborough started off the game like a train, and it felt like it was only a matter of time before they did eventually find a breakthrough. I mean, generally speaking, they found it tough to break down a well-organised Fylde defensive line, but an absolutely tremendous shot from Lewis Maloney flying into the top corner. Chris Neal had absolutely no chance with it, but in fairness to Fylde, they soon dusted themselves down and got themselves back into the game, although I think the score was given a bit too much space to get it down, and get a shot off, and that was maybe a bit of an issue for Scarborough when we saw them at Blythe earlier in the season. They were very open defensively. Obviously, the thing is, the difference is they've got today they're up against Fylde, who like, no disrespect to Blythe, but a better team than Blythe. So if they're given that kind of space, then Scarborough are quite simply going to be punished for them. But Scarborough hanging in there, doing quite well. It really is anyone's call. I mean, the danger for Scarborough is that Fylde quite often are looking to hit them on the breaker, which is what they did when they played us at the International Stadium last season, and they tore us an absolute new one with it. So they're quite good when it comes to that. So that's just something Scarborough got to be wary of. But there is Scarborough still can go on and win this game. Like they've had the chances. They're putting in the effort levels. A lot of the players been pretty good. So it's a tough one to call this, I'd say.
Up and over. Go, Lewis. Up and over. That's down. Oh, right. We're all over it now.
Have another one in
Wall's too far this way. You can't shoot it from there. It's like a wall over there.
Really well covered there. So for some reason the fire alarm's gone off in the stand. Fire alarm smoke detector there. Players being temporarily smoked to me, and there's certainly no smoke in his stand. Very odd. So the biggest cheer of the day was when the fire alarm stopped going. Hopefully in the next few minutes the players will be back out onto the pitch. The game is now back underway.
The blonde bomber. Oh, goal! Oh, Kieran, go back, Kieran! Ref number 11! Go to him!
Oh, he's dropped it! He's given it.
What are you doing, referee?
And that was a stoppage because there's a drone over the ground. Right, the players are back out. I'm not sure what's going on. Referees in dialogue. I think the game's going to resume. Well, this is extraordinary. 12 minutes of added time at the end of this game. Free kick. I know no one's left, but I know they're not going to have many more chances. Coulson. That's it.
Full time, Scarborough Athletic 1, AFC Fylde 2. Where do we start? I mean, I'll try not to drone on too much, but I think what you saw there from Fylde was a team that have what it takes to maybe at the end of the season even win the National League North title. The way they were able to take what was a very tough game by the scruff of the neck and manage to grind something out, even if it wasn't pretty. Yeah, that's what teams that go on and win leagues and promotions do. I mean, I think it's going to be a two-horse race between themselves and Kings Lynn, and I think there could be quite a few similarities to last year's National League North title race, because at this moment in time it genuinely wouldn't surprise me if the team that doesn't win it also falls short in the playoffs as well, but we'll wait and see. I think for Scarborough it was a case of I think they just ran out of ideas towards the end of the game more than anything. I mean, Fylde did everything they needed to do and did their jobs properly in the second half, and it was tough for Scarborough to really get any proper chances off. But those two incidents, I mean, where do you start with them? I think the fire alarm one, I think eventually it was a false alarm. I don't know if it was just someone smoking in the toilet or whatever. I mean, I don't want to speculate, I don't want to grass anyone up, but yeah, it's one of those things you certainly don't expect to see at a football match. Then, of course, for there then to be a drawn as well is, a very weird day indeed. I mean, I think there was also a drawn in one of the Premier League games today, am I right? But can you really? I don't think anyone could really quite believe what was happening. It was just a truly bizarre situation, wasn't it? But one last thing that I must say is that maybe say until the early part of December I was actually questioning whether I was actually still enjoying going to the football or not, but I'd say since Christmas it's really sort of come on for me, and I'm really starting to enjoy myself again, which is just being able to enjoy going to the football again is something that I would have taken before Christmas. So long may that continue. And on that note, that is that for this video, and I'm back tomorrow with the one that I've been waiting for and the one you possibly have been waiting for as well. It is It's Not a Derby between Sunderland and Middlesbrough. North East bragging rights at stake, but a big game in the race for Championship playoff spots as well. So looking forward to it. Until then, take care, and I'll see you later.